Hello and welcome back to another Cycling with Russ video. So, a couple of weeks ago I released my Huddersfield Star Wheelers video, and in that video, the actual hill climb part that I did, I cut it down just to make the video a little bit more exciting. And for those of you who are data nerds like myself, I did say in that video that I would release a full power data video. I'm gutted I've not got the heart rate in this, I really am, but yeah, as I said in that video, my battery was dead, and yeah, I've just not got it. I did record it on my watch, but it was showing my heart rate as being 121 watts all the way up, which clearly you can hear my breathing when we get going, that it was way above that. I was probably more like 180s maxing out, maybe 183, 84, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is my full video with the power data overlay. Now, those of you that haven't done a hill climb event before, I've got to say they are so good. Yes, you do go deep into the pain cave. They do ruin you. You won't be able to stop coughing for at least 40 minutes afterwards, depending on how hard you go. However, in saying that, I've got the bug. Yeah, I want more. The Nationals is on this weekend, and I'm gutted that I can't take part in it. However, next year I do have a plan, and I am going to enter some events. I'm going to go more in detail on this plan, but basically it's all going to lead up to entering the hill climb events next season, and hopefully be able to get myself a place in the Nationals. I know I'm not going to be able to compete for the top spots, probably not even the top half of the table, but if I can finish mid-table, I'll be over the moon with that. So let's get back to today's video and show you some stats. So the actual hill itself, in total, the actual segment is 0.85 of a mile. It's 481 feet vertical with an average of 10.7%. It's a real tough climb. It might actually be slightly longer than that. I've had to create a segment on Strava myself. It might actually be 0.9 of a mile, but anyway, irrelevant. So those of you that haven't done, you all set off, well, certainly on this event, you set off 1 minute apart, and as you can see, one of the marshals there, he's holding up the rider. So basically, when the gentleman in front of him gives you 3, 2, 1, then away you go. So at this point in time, the nerves were kicking in big time. I was absolutely bricking it. But yeah, that's wait. I had Scott stood to the right of me at Cycle the Nation, waiting for me to go. So at this point here, you mount your bike, sit on the saddle, you're having a bit of a chat. The nerves are going. It's proper twitchy bum time, because you know in the next couple of seconds you are going to go deep into the pain cave.
There's no one there at the top screen. I'd be alright with it, but that's the thing that's bothering me. Yeah, that's what's bothering me more than anything.
One good top tip is to be in the right gear, ready to go here. I think I might have been in slightly easier or too hard a gear, because as you hear the watts in the moment, it bangs it. So the plan was to just absolutely nail it out of the gate. I did have a plan from ChatGPT, which involved being like 350 watts, as you can see from my watts, which is just on the right hand side in the middle. There was way higher. And I've tried my best to sync this up as much as I can. You'll see at the end the speed is synced up, but yeah, as you can see there, straight out the gate, 730 watts. And for reference, I was weighing 91, 92 kilo on the day. I forget my exact weight. So yeah, I was holding high power. So as you can see there, 600 watts, 94 RPM, my cadence, which is just above it. You can see my speed in the bottom right hand corner. There's a little map on the bottom left hand side. The total distance above that, what I've done on this actual climb, the gradient, and then the elevation. I couldn't get it to go in feet, so I've had to stick with meters, and I'm assuming that's above sea level. So the support that you get from people going up the climb is really does spur you on. And you heard a few people shouting things which makes you think, I don't want to be caught. I could hear, although I don't think the camera's caught, I could hear people saying there's someone catching you. And I kept looking over my shoulder thinking, I don't want to be overtaken. Which just made me push even harder. So those of you that haven't done Jackson Bridge, it is a real cool climb. It's a good climb to go and push yourself on. It's also a good climb if you just want to go up and just take it easy, like me and Aki have been up here a couple of times and just been chatting and taking it easy. And the views are absolutely spectacular. So yeah, as you can see here now, my heart rate and my breathing was getting a bit erratic, so I decided that it was time to just knock it down a little bit, because carry on at that speed I couldn't, at that power I couldn't actually complete the full climb, so I decided to back it off a little bit down to 400-ish watts and just try my best. Kind of like I had waves coming over me. One minute I was pushing hard, and then the next minute I was just taking it easy. As you can see here, at one of the steeper parts of the climb, it was like 20%. Yeah, it goes up and down the gradient. I'm not too sure how well it actually does this here, so I can only go off what you're seeing on the screen, and I did try my best to get it synced up as best I can. You will see when I get to the top and I fall into a heap that the speed actually stops when I stop, so that's all I can go off, I'm afraid. And for those of you that are interested in how I've done this, I do this on the DJI Osmo app. Those of you want to know how I've done it, I can try my best to put a video together, although it'll be some time because I've got a few videos in the pipeline coming up. So I'm roughly about halfway at this point. Don't know what my average speed has been, but I was just trying to keep them watts as close to 400 or above 400 as I can. The support here was really motivating, and at halfway point, it's what you want, is people just to be cheering you on and spurring you on. You know, these videos are so hard to do voiceovers, they really are hard. This is just me being open and honest with you. It's not like my Fred Whitton one where I planned it all out. And for those of you that want to see that video, it'll be popping up here. It's one of my better pieces of work. But one thing I do enjoy doing is pushing myself to my absolute limit. And something like this hill climb is probably something which I'm more better at. Although I do enjoy the endurance rides, the long rides where you're out for hours upon end, I feel like I'm more geared towards these higher intensity things, so going hard for a short period of time. And I did literally empty the tank, like I couldn't have put another pedal stroke in at all after this. It's something that, well, I won't say I've been working on, but doing these Zwift races that I do, they certainly help with going hard. When you're in that sprint finish and you've got to give it everything you've got to get across that line as fast as you can, it's something which I think translates into these hill climbs. And something else that I'll talk about in another video, as I've already said, for my plan for 2026, which I'll save that for the new year, because I'm still not 100% sure on what the plans are for the 2026 year, but I have got a good idea of what I want to do and the things I'll be doing. So shortly we're going to come up to a bit of a downhill section. So my plan at this point here was, so we're at the this is it now, the downhill section. As you can see, the gradient drops down, and the plan here was to soft tap a little bit, get a bit of a respite, and then when I did my recce, I decided that when I got to this corner here, I was going to absolutely bury myself. But doing a recce over doing actual race pace are two different things, and I decided that if I bury myself at this point here now, there's no way I'm going to make it to the end. So I decided just to hold on for as long as I can. Now keep your eye on my wattage, because you'll see at that point when I do unload hell, as I like to call it, but nothing like what the fast boys in the day were doing. So I was just holding on here, holding on, and then it was at this point here I decided now was the time to go. So I dropped it down a couple of gears, out the saddle, and then started sprinting, and I decided just to absolutely unload hell. I couldn't see what wattage I was doing, but I knew I was going high wattage, but as you can see I was like touching 800 watts, which for me is about, I'd say 8 watts a kilo, 9 watts a kilo, which is something decent. And there we have it. We're at the end, and that's me absolutely destroyed, breathing out my backside, and yeah, completely dead. And I finished in a place of 43rd out of, I believe there was 76 signed on and maybe 68 turned up on the day. But yeah, that's the end of my hill climb video. Super proud of myself of what I've done. I will be doing more next year, and yeah, again I want to thank Aki for inviting me to come to this event, and I also want to thank you all for sitting through watching this. And yeah, I will be back with more content next week, and until then, ride safe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care guys, bye.